Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Richmond Raceway for the, what the heck, 10th race of the 2020 NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. We're officially a quarter of the way through the season coming into this race as it's a 37 race schedule. And we're getting ready for 100 laps of action at a track we have not been to since it hosted 2 races in 2018. So let's just go over some brief history. 2017, we saw Nate Rogers win by 0.5 seconds over Eric Benson. That was racing back to the yellow, taking the white. Now this was back. Richmond used to be a track we brought yellow flags to. This time around, this will be the first race at this track in Cup Series history where there will not be a yellow flag, regardless of what happens on the racetrack. So in 2017, we had 13 cars finish on the lead lap, 32 finished overall. The first 2018 race saw Alex Gray win by over 3 seconds over Diego Yepes. 29 cars finished on the lead lap, 40 finished. And in the second 2018 race, we saw 25 finished on the lead lap and 41 finish in what was Zachary Fitzwater Sr.'s second win of the season, barely edging out Charles Sanford. Now, in the 2017 race, we had 6 cautions out of 120 laps. The first 2018 race saw 1 yellow at 120 laps, and the second race saw 4 yellows in 140 laps. So this race is at the shortest in history. It's only 100 laps. And with that, let's get to your starting lineup. It's Alex Ferranti and Ace Rogers on the front row, 2 drivers who have never won in their Cup Series career. Could today be the day? Row 2 is Charles Sanford and Seth Cole. Row 3, Samet Oskin and Alex Gray, who aforementioned won here in 2018. Row 4, Jonathan Zorlin and Johnny Gardner. And in row 5, it's Quinton Moore and Joshua Sakubali. Alex Gray was fastest in practice and starts 6th. Meanwhile, fastest in happy hour was Jessica Shelton. She starts all the way in 37th. Andrew Rich starting right behind the 39th. Rich looked very strong a week ago at Martinsville just to end up in a wreck that took him out of a race. Him and the 84 driven by Nico Tringali, they looked like the favorites. You can see Tringali starting in 11th, but it did not go their way, and Matthew Logan ended up notching his first career win of his career. Now the man next to him, Dylan Young, came close to winning here in the 2018 race, the playoff 2018 race, but a caution flag fell the wrong way for him during pit stops, and it took him out of contention.
Drivers, start your engines!
So through 9 races this season, we have seen 4 rookie winners. And on top of that, 2 veteran drivers get their first career wins in the form of Jessica Shelton and Dylan Young. Coming into the race today, it is a day race. It's just very cloudy. Alex Gray still your points leader, 2 points over Samet Oskin. Austin Colano, 14 back in 3rd. Priya McShane, 26 back in 4th, with Gardner, 36 back in 5th. So, racetrack history shows an incident at the earliest of lap 1 and no later than lap 12 as the first incident. So when will we see someone get turned here today? Green flag is out. It's a cloudy 85-degree day here in Richmond, Virginia. We'll just pull this up to see the top speed going to the corner, 142 into turn 3. And you see all the way down to 100 in turn 3, so this track is really going to come down to tire management, skill, and all that fun stuff. It's really going to matter. As right now, Ferranti is in the lead. Sanford 2nd, Oskin 3rd. Sorlin looking to move into 4th, and Tringali looking to move right behind through into 5th. As Oskin's got a good run off of turn 4, he'll make the peak to the inside of Charles Sanford. For 2nd place, the battle is on as Ferranti attempts to pull away from the field. And Zorlin is all over the bumper of Samet Oskin. As we're just checking the bottom of the ticker here to see if someone does wreck it, they'll definitely show it on the split times, or the interval rather. I couldn't think of the word for some reason. But Ferranti leads, Oskin's up to second, Zorlin third, Tringali looking to move from fifth to fourth. As Peter Onjak running in sixth place, man, there always seems to be someone from the Roush camp up here doing good that has not been having a great year, and Onjak is the guy today. He sits 32nd in points with just one top 5 on the season. Corey Williams out of Seth Colganassi, he's in the top 10. He's having a good day. He's moving up through the field himself. Ryan Brommer in 9th, and Joshua Sikuli rounds out the top 10 as the man who won the last race here moves up in 11th, and Sanford was almost turned by Ace Rogers. That was really scary. If Sanford hadn't caught that as soon as he did, he could have gone right into the inside wall and right back up into traffic. As Zorlin is challenging Ferranti for the race lead, the man who last won a Cup Series race all the way back at Martinsville a year ago, will take the race lead as they're 3 wide for second. And Peter Onjak, man, out of nowhere will move into second place. Onjak has not won yet in the Truck Series in what is his second season in that series. It's his rookie season here in Cup. And Onjak's looking to get Roush their first win of the year. Roush drove BMWs for a season, and then when the entire lineup left, they just instinctively jumped right back to Ford. LJ Toledo in the 6, making his first Cup season since 2017. Alexander Rowe in the 99, first season since 2018. And then a pair of rookies from the Truck Series, Jesse Turner in the 16 and Onjak in the 17. So you look at the running order, Zorlin in the lead, Onjak second, Oskin third, Williams is fourth, and Ferranti now fifth. Charles Sanford, Nico Tringali, Ace Rogers, Ryan Brommer, and Joshua Sikuli is the top 10 as Tringali now falls to 9th. Onjak all over the bumper of Zorlin here on what is just lap 11, and you can see Onjak has the fastest lap on the board. The only other drivers running under a 21.0 is the guy in front of him, Jonathan Zorlin, last week's winner, Matthew Logan. Corey Williams, Adam Flickinger, and Zach Rogers just ran a 20.928 on lap 11, so still running some fast times here. You see Tyler has not really kicked in just yet, but we'll definitely get to that point. Now, there has not been any incidents. We've made it to lap 13. There's Nate Rogers, who won here in 2017, not having a good day at all. So we look at the bottom of the running order, a little 3 wide right here with Evans, Friesen, and Kugelon. So we look at the bottom of the order, Johnny Gardner started near the front. He's fallen down to 34th. Same with Seth Cole. Points leader Alex Gray, and third in points Austin Colano, having bad days so far. Here's Andrew Rich running in 28th. Not having much success today in his Jack Daniels Subaru, but he's looking to make a pass here on Tyler Markle for 27th. LJ Toledo, Jeff Toledo battling for 21st. We head into the top 20. We see Jose Mills, 2019 Truck Series champ Logan York, Dylan Young into 18th place. There's Jesse Turner, who had a good run last week. Teammate Alexander Rowe right ahead of him in 16th. Last week's winner is up to 15th place as Tringali has fallen outside the top 10. Fitzwater sitting comfortably in 12th as Zach Rogers has been making a charge. Him and Adam Flickinger are there on the top 5 in the board, and they have made their way into the top 10. Well, Rogers one position away from it. Sekuli going to fall out of the top 10 as Rogers and Adam Flickinger make it on by to number 11. So we'll see who's got the fastest cars here. Looking at those fast lap times, the 78, 97, and 38 are definitely charging towards the front. Ferranti now set in 5th as Onjak and Zorlin continue to lead the field 1-2. It's lap 19 of 100. I think it'll be a one stop, but I could be mistaken. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more action from Richmond Raceway. We're back here at Richmond Raceway, focused on the 64, driven by second-year driver Ace Rogers, as he's moved his way by Alex Ferranti for 5th place. Ryan Brommer creeping in from 7th place, as Matthew Logan has made it by both Zach Rogers and Adam Flickinger, and he moves up to 8th, as Matthew Logan likely looking to win 2 races in a row. And there was a spin on the front straightaway. We saw the smoke, and it looks like it might have involved the 6 of LJ Toledo, because he was not at the back of the field. Yeah, so see Toledo losing about a second just from one small spin. And it really split up the field. But so we finally had an incident, but of course no longer bringing yellows to the racetrack. As Matthew Logan continues to charge through the running order, man. Logan is on a tear after his win at Martinsville just 1 week ago. Could we see the 38 back in victory lane this soon? The win propelled Logan up to 19th in the point standings, currently in the playoff format. As you look at the point standings with 9 race winners, those winners are Alex Gray, Samantha Oskin, Priya McShane, Seth Cole, Tyler Fink, Jeff Toledo, Matthew Logan, Jessica Shelton, and Dylan Young. Young, 29th in points, closest to being outside the top 30. You must be in the top 30 to be playoff eligible. With those 9 drivers in on wins right now, the 7 drivers in on points is Austin Colano, 2-time champ Johnny Gardner, Alexander Rowe, Jose Mills, Nate Rogers, Sebastian Kukulon, and rookie Keith Rich. As going back to my prediction on the season, where is that prediction? Okay, the prediction was 7 rookie winners. We're already at 4 rookie winners, or 7 rookie wins in total. So that doesn't count if someone wins. That does count if someone wins multiple races. So if like Logan does win 2 races, that counts towards that total. Playoff 16 will have at least three rookies and 1 driver that doesn't win. So far, that prediction is coming true. The prediction was Gardner would have a slump. I mean, anything not a championship would be a slump for Gardner, but not making the Final 4 would definitely count. Keith Rich was my Rookie of the Year prediction. The surprise was Alexander Rowe, and the resurgence would be for James Shelley, who had a terrible 2019. So let's see those 3 names. Where are they right now? James Shelley sits 17th in the points. So that's definitely a resurgence to this point in the season. Meanwhile, Alexander Rowe has definitely been a surprise as he's 6th in the points. Gardner's 5th in points, so he's not really slumping too much. And then right now, Keith Rich is 3rd out of the rookies. Austin Colano currently holds the highest position in the points out of rookie drivers. So Matthew Logan holding on to 7th. He'll now push past Ryan Brommer for 6th. As we show you, the lap times in the top right have fallen off just about a second. Corey Williams has made his way into 3rd past Samantha Oskin. Zorlin is still leading the race. Fitzwater has made it into 9th, Sanford back into 10th as Adam Flickinger has fallen outside the top 10. As we go down to the end of the top 20. 20th place right now, Logan York. As there's a bit of a gap from Andrew Rich to Jessica Shelton. That's 26th to 27th. Not a good day going on for Andrew Rich as he's trying to gain some more positions here yet again. But the only one top 3 in the points having a good day is the 22 of Samet Oskin. As Gray and Colano are at the bottom of the race results right now. Or running order, rather. Oskin's looking like he's got a pretty good shot to take the points lead. And it's been Oskin's year so far, just out of nowhere. Oh, and here we go. Pit stops on lap 38. Corey Williams, Zorlin, Onjak, they're all coming in. Zach Rogers, Fitzwater, and Sanford. So it's definitely going to be a 2-stop. So I think for right now, the undercut is likely the best strategy. Some drivers already came in. Ferranti and Ace Rogers came in a lap before these guys. There's really no good angle to show you pit road entrance. But drivers have hit that pit wall in the past, so Oskin, Logan, and Brommer will come in now, along with everyone else. But Ace Rogers was the first to come to pit road, so we'll see if this move gives him the lead. Fall off is only about a second, so undercutting here probably won't have a really big advantage. There's Jonathan Zorlin coming out of pit road, so Ace will just about get the race lead here. He'll be side by side with Zorlin at the line. And he'll hold the lead for now. As we'll see how much lap traffic throws into this race. But for now, Ace Rogers in the race lead from Pit Strategy. And if there's no two-tire gambles on the second stop of the day, this could be the winning move by the 64 car. As long as he can hold the lead for a good amount of time. So Ace Rogers leads. Jonathan Zorlin is now second after leading most of the race. Peter Onjak third. Corey Williams is fourth. Matthew Logan up to fifth. Zach Rogers, 6th. Samet Oskin down to 7th. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is now down to 8th. Ryan Brommer is 9th. And Alex Ferranti is battling Charles Sanford for 10th. As we've got 3 cars a lap down. Joshua Sekuli, Nico Tringali, and LJ Toledo. And you can add Sebastian Kugel onto that list. So bad pit stops for the 84 and the 11. They were running in the top 10 earlier today. And it's just another good race gone bad for Nico Tringali. As James Shelley was potentially spun out. No, he's just stuck on the top side. Any other movers into the top 20? And we see Andrew Rich has made it up to 18th. Wes McCoy's up to 12th. Cole Deaver 19th. Shelton 20th. So some people did make some gains, aside from Ace Rogers. But right now, Ace's lead is growing. He's got 2 lap down cars between him and Jonathan Zorlin. So we will step aside here from Richmond Raceway, and we will be back with more action in a few minutes. We're back here at Richmond, and Ace Rogers' lead continues to grow over 2 seconds now over Jonathan Zorlin in second place as Ace continues to put cars a lap down. He put down Priya McShane a lap ago, and now he'll put James Shelley down a lap. And for the driver representing the series sponsor, this is quite a performance after running in 5th place during the first stint. And the fact that the undercut is currently really working to his advantage, it's as if they made a change on the car, and Zorlin has not been able to answer even with a lap fresher tires. Let's just look at Ace's rookie season a year ago. He finished 21st in the points. Was it 21st? Or is that different points? Yeah, 21st in points for Ace Rogers. 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s. on the season through 25 races. And if you look at what he did in the Truck Series through only 8 starts, 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s, and a pole, when he was full-time in 2018, he won a race, but his average finish was 10 times better than 2018. Ace has also been running part-time in trucks this year, and he's been performing just as good as last year, if not better. Ace has put the 19 a lap down now as he continues to move cars 1 lap down. He's just going through the field like a madman. Sorlin is stuck behind Tyler Markle, his teammate. Onjak is still behind him in 3rd with Williams in 4th, as now the 97 of Zach Rogers has made it into 5th place. So the Rogers brothers are doing very good here today at Richmond Raceway. Matthew Logan down to 6th now. Oskin still 7th. Fitzwater's in 8th. Brommer is 9th. And Charles Sanford is 10th. The Valvoline cars 10th and 11th. Huge gap back to Adam Flickinger. Pardon me. Feel like I've been a little under the weather the past few days, but not really like a full-blown head cold. LJ Toledo is a lap down, and he's trying to pass Corey Williams. Sorlin just can't find the way by his teammate. And that is likely hurting the 5. Let's look at the fastest lap times. Oh yeah, Ace Rogers is all the way up there with an 8.41. Quinton Moore an 8.79, and Peter Onjak still up there with an 8.92. We have a total of 20 cars now under a 21.0, but only 3 drivers under a 20.9. That's Onjak running in 3rd, Ace in the lead, and Quinton Moore currently runs 18th. But there are more and more lap down cars between Ace Rogers and Jonathan Zorlin. Like, it's just increasing tenfold every lap. Ace is just so fast. He just put his teammate Keith Rich a lap down. As it's down to 30 cars now on the lead lap. And soon to be more, as he'll put Rob Evans a lap down. That'll put it down to 29. As mentioned in series history, 2017 was a wreck fest. We only had 13 on the lead lap finish. So looking at the cleaner races from a year ago, or 2 years ago rather, where we only had a few yellows, it was 29 on the lead lap in 2018 and only had 1 yellow. And in the second race we had 25 on the lead lap. So we're looking as if we're going to have even less on the lead lap this year, without even a caution flag being allowed to fly. And there's only been 1 spin to my knowledge, which was the 6 being spun around on the front straightaway, I think about 40 laps ago. Excuse me. Casey Nanako is now a lap down. That leaves us at 28. Let's talk about one of the Roush drivers that left Roush to go to Hendrick. Kev Shearer has not been having a great 3rd season. This is a junior slump, if anything, I've seen. He's got no wins, no top 5s, no top 10s. His average finish is worse than 30th. He's starting well. His starting position on average is 18th, and he's got a pull to the year. But Kev is 42nd in the points. And currently running 28th, not doing much to help his average finishing position. This Hendrick opportunity could be flying right out the window if Kev doesn't figure something out moving through to the second half of the regular season. After Richmond, we're going to start slinging some dirt here in the Cup Series as we head to Bristol Dirt in 1 week. Shortly followed by the Springfield Mile. The Truck Series are going to both venues as well, so it's sure to be an extremely fun 2 weekends. The races are going to be short. We're not really going to expect pit stops to be a big factor. Now Springfield, they will be bringing yellow flags to, as they have in the past, but Bristol Dirt will again be no yellow flags. Last year's race in the Truck Series, we saw just 1 wreck. In the Cup Series, we saw a ton of wrecks. It was absolutely insane. And that was where Levi McIntyre got his win, so we could see another rookie win in a week, or a first-time win at that, because it looks like we're going to get another first-time winner here in 2020 in the form of Ace Rogers if this keeps up. Now, Peter Onjak has finally made it by Zorland for second, but they're 4.5 seconds back. We're on lap 67 of 100, so we're in the pit zone. There's Alex Ferranti. Ferranti is getting lapped by the 64. Remember, Ace started second to the outside of Ferranti, and Ferranti is down now to 27th. Looking at the top 20 running order right now, Wes McCoy has made it up to 9th. As there's still a 3-second gap from 5th to 4th. Now the big thing for Ace here is it's good that he's got this big lead, but the important thing will be not to lose it on pit road. If he gets stuck behind a ton of lap traffic, that'll cost him a ton of time. But Ace is looking to give Bulldog Motorsports its first win with the Subaru body. Something many thought would be Andrew Rich's doing. And Matthew Logan, who looked to have been very strong, has fallen back down to 8th. Fitzwater up to 6th, Oskin back up to 5th. Still no signs of Onjak being able to catch the 64. There's just so much lap traffic right now. Let's see, let's count the cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lap down cars between Onjak and Ace Rogers, as Ace will hop on down pit road for his final scheduled stop of the day. And it's a very clean pit road at that. No one on pit road, as Onjak will get to lead his first lap of the race. And just look at how much closer the margins become with the 64 out of the lead on pit road. What's the strategy call going to be for 28 laps of racing left? I'm going to predict 4 tires and fuel. And indeed the case for the 64 car. As he'll be out and away for his pit stop. He was the first one to come down, so he's going to have a very clean racetrack for a few laps here. As everyone else is down and on pit road. Peter Onjak leading the second group down, but he will not lead it out. Corey Williams is going to hop him on pit road. Samet Oskin was leading the final group. Where's the 64 of Ace Rogers? And there he goes. There's Zorland. And the real question is going to be, where does Oskin come out in regards? There's the 22. Now he pit by himself last lap, or last of the people to pit, and Ace Rogers has already pushed himself back into the lead with a 7.5 second lead over Corey Williams. Onjak 3rd, Fitzwater 4th, Zach Rogers 5th, Logan, Wes McCoy, Sanford, Brommer, and Oskin. That's the top 10. We have just 17 cars on the lead lap. And there's the last one on the lead lap, Logan York. Let's look at Ace's season so far. He sits 14th in the points with a top 5 and 3 top 10s. So Ace has been the man to beat here at Richmond today. After the first round of pit stops, at the very least, again, it did not seem like he had the car to win. He was just running in 5th the entire first stint, but they made some kind of change to this car. And it has really helped them out. We're going to take one final break, and we'll be back for the conclusion of the event. We're back at Richmond with 17 laps to go. And the lead continues to grow for Ace Rogers at 9.2 seconds now. Fitzwater has made his way into 4th place. Wes McCoy up to 6th. As Ace has gotten it down to 15 cars on the lead lap. The record 13 back in 2017 in what was a wreckfest race at that. Everyone is going to finish the event. No one has retired. It's just a matter of how many cars will be on the lead lap. So again, it is down to 15. Logan York has done a good job holding off the 64 of Ace Rogers so far. And right now, Corey Williams, Peter Onjak, the top 3 with Ace. When you look at the top 5, it's just Ace and Fitzwater. They're the only veterans in the top 5 running order right now. Expand it to the top 10. The only rookies in the top 10 right now is Williams, Onjak, Logan, and McCoy. And McCoy running in 6th place. He's had a terrible season. He's 41st in the points with no top 10s. So this will definitely be a good boost for him if he can keep his car in the top 10 by race end. Ace finally puts the 95 a lap down. How many more cars will he get in these last 12 laps? The 34 driven by Tyler Fink is just ahead of him. Fink won back at Rockingham. Alexander Rowe in 13th. So if it's going to be down to 12 cars, Ace will have to lap the 34 and the 99, and that would be the record in what would be a caution-free race. We've seen a lot more competitive racing from Richmond in the past, but this year it just was not it. Ace Rogers' car, they just took over after the first pit stop. If Ace wasn't in this race, it would be between 4 drivers, and I mean, that would definitely be entertaining for the fans, but Ace has just put on a show today. And here we go at the start-finish line. Let's honestly just look at how far the gap is from Ace into turn 1 he goes. Where is the 17? There goes Peter Onjak right on by into turn 1 right there. And Ace is just so close. But we're down to 8 laps to go, and he's on the bumper of Tyler Fink. Can he put 2 more cars a lap down? That's the game right now. By the way, looking at your fastest lap, it is still to the 64 car. And we've got now a total of 27 drivers running under a 21.0. Total of 4 under a 20.9. The only car who didn't run faster than a 21.1 was Casey Nanako. But despite that, yeah, Nanako running in 35th. Yeah, that's pretty sad. To the inside of Tyler Fink goes Ace Rogers, looking to put a record-tying amount of cars a lap down, leaving just 12 other competitors on the lead lap with him as he'll come to take 5 to go. Fink gets tight off the corner as LJ Toledo is on pit road. Oh, he's been on pit road for a long time. Not sure what happened to the 6 car. But we're getting down to the end of the race. 4 more laps to go. Will Ace be able to get Alexander Rowe and set a new record for fewest cars on the lead lap at Richmond? Lap times have definitely slowed, almost at a second, and I definitely think the officials will probably be looking to see what they can do to maybe add a little bit of fall off to this racetrack. 3 laps to go. Ace now all over the back bumper of Alexander Rowe. Matthew Logan has made it up to 3rd. Corey Williams has fallen down to 5th. Dylan Young into the top 10. How about that? He's up to 10th place. To the inside of Alexander Rowe goes Ace Rogers. And coming to the white flag, this will officially leave just 12 cars on the lead lap. He started on the outside of the front row, 2nd place on the day. Fell back to 6th or 7th, made it back up to 5th. And then after the first round of pit stops, he just took over. He edged out Zorland for the lead coming out of pit road and just drove away. And Ace Rogers will get his first career win in the NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series, running the title sponsor on his 64 machine. What a race for Ace. Rest of your top 10 finishing results. Peter Onjak, 2nd. Matthew Logan, 3rd. Good 2 races in the state of Virginia for him. Fitzwater, 4th. Williams, 5th. McCoy, 6th. Brommer, 7th. Sanford, 8th. Zach Rogers, 9th. And Dylan Young will round out the top 10. Not sure what happened to the 6. I'm assuming it was a failure, and then just maybe some kind of pit road glitch just kept them on pit road, but he was the only driver to get spun all day. That'll do it for me here at Richmond. I will see you guys in a week for dirt racing around Bristol Motor Speedway.